Hey, welcome back to Building Dad Bod 2.0. This was dynamic leg day. It was about 10 o'clock last night when I started doing my jumps, so I'll just show you a couple here because the footage was trash, but these were the double jumps. I did about 15 of these straight, just a hop to the short box and then try to explode up onto the wall. After that, I did depth jumps, so 3 sets of 5 here. I'm using the bench, hopping off there, trying to land and explode up off the ground, absorb the energy, and then explode up onto the wall. So I didn't have the mat up on the wall, so it's about 37 to 37 and a half inches from the ground to the wall. I had the camera light on here, so it was a little bit better footage there. Then into the gym. So this is just something I'm playing around with. I got 4 bands on either side, so 8 bands total with the SSB. Just trying to jump into the bands. I knew I wasn't going to get much height on these. Goal isn't to necessarily get height, but just to be as explosive as possible into the bands, knowing they're going to try to just suck me back down into the ground. So like I say, first time trying these, I have no idea if they're going to be effective, but they make sense to me in theory. Just teaching my nervous system to be explosive into the bands. After that, we're doing the Hatfield quarter squats, speed style. With the straight weight and chains, we're roughly 480 pounds at the top. And then whatever, I don't know what the bands add to it, but we're over 500 pounds at the top of the movement here. It's 5 sets of 3 reps here. Trying to be as explosive as I can on each rep and trying to kind of, like I'm pressing into the bar to keep myself supported upright, but I'm trying to kind of mimic my jumping style. You see there, I completely forgot what I was doing and had my hands on the safety squat bar. But I'm pushing my hips back as if I do the same way when I jump. I tend to push my hips back and then I try to drive through my hips into the jump. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do on these jumps here. The only difference really is that I'm not swinging my arms up, I'm just pushing into the bar. Next up, I had speed good morning, so 207 pounds in straight weight, and then just under 85 pounds in chain with how they're loaded on here. So somewhere around, if the chains were fully unloaded, it'd be 292 pounds. So probably around like 285 at the top. I have no idea what it is at the bottom, but doing the same thing on these ones, just trying to sit back into my hips and then be explosive as I can, drive up and work on my hip extension on these as I come up from the bottom. Surprisingly, these didn't bother my right hip at all. It's been giving me a bit of grief. The only time it did was when I would hit one side of the safeties before the other and kind of would give my body a little shift to one side. Definitely felt that in the hip. But when I was touching both safeties at the same time, didn't even feel it in my hip at all. So that's a really good sign that the hip's moving in the right direction. And the nice thing to go along with that was I lowered the safeties this week, so I'm getting more range of motion. I added weight and I added an extra set, so 4 sets, and still the hip held up nicely. So very, very happy with that. Thankful to be moving in the right direction. Hoping this hip will be healthy coming into September here when we really start trying to push up the squat and the deadlift. Hip's at the point right now where I feel like at least I'm able to do what I need to do to start building a really nice base for this fall. At this point, I will definitely take a little bit of progress in the right direction every week. And then hopefully this fall I won't be thinking or talking about the hip at all. I'll just be feeling good, feeling healthy, ready to go. After that, on to the sandbag box squats. These were tough today. I've changed up my leg routine over the last couple weeks and I have been a hurting unit. Everything, my calves, my quads, my hamstrings, everything's been sore just from changing things up, some different stimulus. But I managed to get 11 reps here before I had to do a quick little rest pause. So down a couple reps from last week, then managed to get 11 again on my second set. So got my work to do, but that's it for today's workout. Have a great night.